It's here, it's here, it's here, it's October! Let's go! So the first step in completing this candy corn skull tutorial is going to be to prime our face all over. Once we do that, you can go ahead and apply foundation just to the top half of your face from about the cheekbones up, and we'll be using paint on the lower half of the face to create that masked look. Next up, let's tame those brows. I went in with a little bit of wax and then some powdered pigments just to fill in any areas. I kept it pretty light and natural. Now we have to prime those eyelids. So using an eye base, I just went all over. Our first color is this yellow marigold color. I'm gonna do right above the crease on the upper lid and bringing that all the way up to the brow bone, and then going in with a more orange pigment closer to the crease. Then we'll go and buff that out to give a little bit of a gradient, and then make our cut crease with a little bit of a winged accent on the side that's gonna help with our gel liner. Sharpen those edges. We're doing the same yellow and orange all the way underneath both lids. Tight lining with white on the bottom lid and tight lining with black on the top lid. And using a liquid liner, going in and creating a dramatic winged cat eye. And I did go into the inner corners to give a little bit more of that foxy look, if you will. And just finish up the eyes with my favorite Fiber Lush mascara. Now to start drawing on the mask, I pinpointed a couple of points across my face of where I wanted it to go. So I went from my nose to about the top of my ear, where my ear connects. And I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. And pray to the heavens that it's symmetrical. I will say that throughout the entire recording of this, I did record audio, and I didn't find out until an hour and a half later when I reviewed the footage that it didn't capture any of my audio. So that's why we're doing a voiceover today. Not my typical style, but we roll with it. It's all good. At this part, I am outlining kind of the jawbone and a little bit of that bone structure of where the teeth are gonna end. And outlining the nose portion as well. Now going in with our first paint color, we have white paint to just fill in some more of that space. And we'll go ahead and blend that down. I realize I kind of covered up those curved swoops. I'll go back in and define those later. But for now, we'll go in with the yellow paint. These are pretty light shades. Just right on top of the white and then, or right underneath the white, I should say, depending on which side we're talking about. And now going in with the orange and doing the same thing below the other. And let's just blend those together a little bit so that they don't look like three lines. Checking out my work. Okay, I guess I'm satisfied. Now let's go in with the gel liner. This is Little Black Dress. It is amazing. I'm just gonna start to outline the areas that will be black. So really just outlining as close to that white line as possible. Now we're gonna redefine that curve that I mentioned before. Now that we have the colors in there, just bring that swoop in and down and around. That tickled my lips so bad. And we're going to go ahead and draw that line from the edges of the mouth to that swoop. And we're going to go ahead and start to define where our candy corn is going to be. So just a series of triangles. And the bottoms of these are going to match up with the top. And for this, I'm using the same gel liner. Had a little bit of trouble here around the lips. It's a lot easier to go from the bottom to the top. I finally switched up my technique. It worked well. Now we're just going to go in and fill in that negative space with the same black gel liner. Now I'm going to set the liquid paint with the eyeshadow that I used on my top. So this is going to set it, and it's also going to punch in the pigment. So that yellow eyeshadow going over the yellow paint. And we will do the same with the orange eyeshadow over the orange paint. Blend, 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 blend. Now I'm doing the detail color in the candy corn. So rather than using paint, I actually just used eyeshadow for this. So I went in with the yellow eyeshadow first, as close to the black line as possible on both sides, top and bottom. And we're gonna follow that up with the orange eyeshadow, just layering that on top of the yellow in every little triangle. Now I was going to try and go in and just use the white eyeliner, but it wasn't overlaying well on the powders, so I elected to go back in with the paint with a very light hand and just try and highlight those peaks of the candy corn. Next, I used my brush to kind of smear out the black gel liner that I had in between all of those candy corns, to just start to blend that out and add a little bit of definition to the swoop there. Once I pulled out that black with the detail brush, I just went in with my blender brush, as you can see here, to kind of blend everything together. Next, to line the lips. This is the part that tickles so much that I was laughing about. I was like, oh, I have to save that for later. Just going in and lining and filling in any pink. This is just with the black gel liner. The product is really so versatile, and it's one of my favorites on an everyday basis, and then when I do things like this as well. Now we're going to round out this look with the nose. So we want our entire nose to be black, get up in those nostrils, and then buff out that color. And to bring this home, those black outlines we did at the bottom, we're just gonna bring that all around and then fill in the color. And here we go, our final look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I had so much fun bringing it to you on the first day of October. It is spooky season and we are here for it. We will be releasing 2 videos every week with more Halloween looks throughout the month, so make sure to subscribe and ring that bell to be notified when those videos drop. And check out the link above for the beauty tutorials we had throughout the month of September. A little cozy candy corn skull. Makeup is fun, so go have some fun. I'll see you in the next one.